What's going on, baby? You out here live, StreetPickups.tv. You out here live, baby, with your boy Wiz, and I'm your boy Nocturnal. Columbus, Ohio, we in the house. Chicago, I ain't forget about you, baby. And he's getting ready to ask me some questions about my life, the sneaker life, and what got me into it.
What got you to collecting sneakers?
What got me into shoes, man? I would say my family. My family got me into sneakers. When I was little, I used to see, kids rocking their sneakers. At the boys club, we was always competitive. We was always, playing basketball, and you'd watch somebody walk through the court with the new Jordans, and you'd be like, damn, those was dope, and something like that, But I could never afford them growing up, you know what I mean? My mom was always working all the time, and it was funny, man, to see a lot of kids, rocking the shoes, and you couldn't wear them. So definitely my family, I guess you could say, got me in the shoes. A lot of my older cousins, they always made us play real hard, and I think that's where it started, my drive, my competitiveness, and I think that's what got me into sneakers, you know what I mean? And I love it, and it's just a Chicago style, where I come from, you know what I mean?
What sneaker got you into collecting sneakers?
What sneaker got me into shoes? Ooh, that's you gotta take me back to the 90s on that one. I would say the Jordan 12. The Jordan 12 got me into sneakers.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Actually, it's this one right here. You know what I mean? This shoe right here, man. To me, it's like, it's so sexy. You know what I mean? It's like this shoe right here, man. You can just put it on, man, and just, you know what I mean? Just go anywhere with it. You know what I mean? This sneaker just is hot, and it's my favorite Jordan. It's one of my top 5. You know what I mean? Any color 12. I don't really like the new colors, but all the OG colorways, I think, they dope. You know what I mean? It's just so dope.
What's the first sneaker you ever bought?
First sneaker I have ever bought. First sneaker I ever bought. I will say the white and blue 12s. Yeah, white and blue 12. That's the first time I got a job. I was working for a thrift store, and I was at an age that I could buy my own shoe, and I bought them. It was hot. I wore them so bad that the shoe didn't even fall apart. My mom just threw them away. I was at school. She just threw them away. But yeah, that's probably the first shoe.
What's the most you ever paid for a pair of sneakers?
The most I paid for a pair of sneakers. I spent a lot of money on shoes, but I think it'd be the Jordan 3, the white cement 388s. I think those were the most I've ever spent. About $400. Just one pair. Yeah.
Do you ever show off your sneakers?
Do I ever show off my sneakers? Honestly, I don't. I just feel like, there's kids out there that can't even buy a pair of shoes, you know what I mean? I don't really show them off. I don't even wear Jordans, to be honest with you. I just wear some running shoes or just something out of the ordinary, you know what I mean? If you looked at me on the streets, you can never guess or or you can't even imagine that I would even own a pair of Jordans. You know what I mean? It'd be, people walk by and they say, "Oh, look at that bummy dude," or whatnot. So, I mean, people that show off, ups to them. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with it, but not me. It's just not my style.
What's the craziest thing you ever done for a pair of sneakers?
Craziest thing I've ever done for a pair of sneakers. Man, I've done a lot of crazy shit for a pair of sneakers, man. We was at a mall, and we were in line. It was actually me and my brother. We were in line, and there was this girl in front of us, and she really wanted her shoes too, and it was over the pair of Concords actually, and it was a couple dudes, behind us, and we overheard them say they're gonna push us out the way to get the shoes or whatnot, but my brother pushed the guy, and the guy pushed the girl in front of us, so my brother hit her so hard that she fell over, and we jumped over the girl, and it was kind of messed up, but at the end of the day, I was happy to have my pair of shoes, but at the same time, it's like, whatever happened to that girl? So yeah, I think that's probably one of the craziest things I've ever done, and it's funny though, because when I was running, my socks was coming off, and it was just crazy mayhem over the Concords.
What's the funniest moment you remember about a pair of sneakers?
Oh, the funniest moment? It was in Chicago, actually. I was growing up, and it was actually over the Concords, too, as well. We were waiting on the bus, and either we were waiting on the bus or we were coming off the bus. I couldn't really remember what happened, but we had came off the bus, or going to I can't even remember, it's been so long ago, but as we were walking, me and my couple of friends, it was me, my dudes, and some dude I didn't even know, me and my dudes, some dude I didn't even know. It was just a big group, long story short. There was this guy sitting on some stairs, and he was in a towel. He was in the towel, but he had the new pair of Jordans on, and it was the Concords. I think it was in '95, I believe. And he was out there smoking a cigarette, and we were so hyped about the shoe. He was out there smoking, and I was like, "Yo, B, check out these sneakers, man. He got the new J's, blah 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 blah." And after the fact, we were admiring his shoes. We walked away, and I was like, "Yo, we was looking at the sneakers so hard that we forgot this dude's half naked on the damn stairs," you know what I mean? So, we were like halfway down the street, we were like, "Yo, did y'all see that? Dude, he didn't have this nigga didn't even have no clothes on. He was half naked, I think all he had was a towel." So, I think that's one of the funniest things that happened to us. That wasn't a half naked dude or a hot new pair of Jordan 11s Concord smoking. So I think that's probably one of the funniest things I've ever, seen growing up, so yeah.
What's your all-time favorite pair of sneakers?
All-time favorite pair of sneakers? All-time favorite, 12s, hands down. 12s, they're so dope, they're so sexy to me, man. They just, the tabs, from the tabs at the top to the 23 on the back, the comfort, the leather, the smell, they're just so dope, you know what I mean?
What's the ugliest pair of sneakers?
Ugliest pair of sneakers? There's a lot out there, but I would say the Kobe's, not the Kobe's now, but I'd say the Kobe's back when he was with Adidas. Them shits was ugly. Like, them shits was ugly. Like, they looked like space shoes, and they were, like, ugly. Like, you just look at them, and you'd be like, ugh. You know what I mean? Those was definitely, like, one of the ugliest pair of sneakers I've ever, remember seeing.
What do you think of the new sneakerheads of today?
What I think about the new sneakerheads of today? to me, growing up, Jordan and the way he played, to me, that was, a lifestyle. Most kids these days, they want to get the shoes because it's hot. You know what I mean? I started collecting back in 2005, 2006. Most cats, they weren't really on it. So I was a sneakerhead before the word was even invented. So, I mean, props to him, you know what I mean? There's always new generations. There's always, when I was collecting, it was always throwbacks, fitted hats, you know what I mean, the Mitchell and Ness jerseys, the throwback, not the Jabos, you know what I mean, we had that going on. So now, you know what I mean, you see cats these days, they're just throwing the Jordans and the fitted and whatever tee, you know what I mean. So, I mean, you can see definitely that the lifestyle has changed, but the love's still there. So, I appreciate it, you know what I mean, that it's still growing, but, it's just harder to get them now, you know what I mean? It's real hard to get another pair of sneakers, you know what I mean? Especially ones that you really like, you know what I mean? There's riots, there's fights, people don't get along sometimes, so, but I admire that, you know what I mean? I love camping for shoes, talking to the guy next to you, you know what I mean? So it's always a good time, you can always look at a pair of shoes and say, yo, I remember when I was doing this, and I remember when my mom did that, or, you know what I mean? If you look at a shoe, it just takes you back in time. You know what I mean? And I love that.
Do you think another pair of sneakers will be greater than Jordan?
Do I think another shoe will be greater than Jordan's? I don't think that anybody can top Jordan's shoes. Just because you figure he's been doing this since 1985 and no other brand has surfaced or touched him. Can you imagine if another brand would have signed Jordan? I think he still would have been as big as he is now. Because if you think about it, Jordan is Nike. Without Jordan in '84 signing that Nike contract, Nike wouldn't be as big as they are today. I think LeBron's shoes are great, but I don't ever see him passing Jordan. Yeah, he's up there as far as level. Okay, you got the Jordans and the LeBrons, you know what I mean? But you will never see nobody pass Jordan. And I don't think there's an athlete out there that can say, I got more time than Jordan. There's no way, you know what I mean? Not only does he have the shoe part, but he's got the clothing line, he's got hats, he's got Hanes, he's got box. I mean, he's got so much stuff. You name it. He's an icon. He's immortal. You know what I mean? You can grab that man, put him anywhere in the world, and somebody will say, hey, that's Michael Jordan. You know what I mean? So his brand, that you talk about, this man makes a lot of money. His brand makes a lot of money. So, I mean, I don't see it, but you never know. You know what I mean?
What do you think of female sneakerheads?
What I think about female sneakerheads? Woo, buddy. Man, I mean, man, when you see a woman with some Jordans, I'll tell you what, that is a turn. You know how most guys say, yo, you seen that girl in the heels? If you see a girl in Jordans these days with the short shorts or a skirt, you know what I mean? The Jordans definitely hot. To make the women a lot hotter. You could take an ugly girl and put a pair of Jordans on, and you'd be like, damn, that girl got the new 5s and the 6s. You know what I mean? So definitely, I mean, I think they know how to rock it. Not only that, but you think about the price range on the women's shoes, they're a little bit cheaper. You know what I mean? So definitely.
If you were stranded on an island, what 3 sneakers would you have with you?
If I was stranded on an island, what 3 sneakers would I take? That's a tough one. Wow, there's just so many sneakers, man. I don't really know, but man, so only 3. Man, 3 sneakers. That's tough, man. I have a lot of sneakers. Definitely be the 12s. Definitely got to be the 12s. my Space Jam 11s, just cause, man, the movie, the Looney Tunes movie, I just love them shoes. And I would have to go with either the black cement 3s or the white cement 3s, just cause, like, if something happened on the island and I need to look, you know, somewhat weird or casual, I could just throw on a pair of 3s on and just keep on going, you know what I mean, or whatever. But I would say those three, the 12s, the 12s, 11s, and the 3s. That's a tough one though, man. That's definitely a tough question.
What other sneaker besides Jordan do you collect?
Oh man, what other sneaker, man? I tell you what, man, these joints right here, woo! I mean, these joints, these is hot. The AIs, I remember being at the Boys Club, my dude Rudy, shout out to Rudy, man, if you watching this. He was, he had these sneakers on, man, and he had the ones that crossed Jordan, you know what I mean? He had, matter of fact, I have those too. These right here, these joints right here, boy, Rudy had these on, you know what I mean? Mike, MJ got crossed in these, you know what I mean? And I always wanted a pair, and it wasn't until last year that I picked up a pair, and it was so limited, you know what I mean? They got the pearl toe on them. Man, I paid $350 for each one of these, you know what I mean? It was hard to get these, but not only that, you know what I mean? I collect the other stuff, you know, up tempo, you know what I mean? Scottie Pippen, you know, shout out to Scottie Pippen, you know what I mean? Got the 8 back there, you know what I mean? These is dope. I love Pippen too, you know what I mean? Scottie, he was best duo ever, I think. But yeah, I collect the other things than Jordan, you know, Gary Payton's, you know, all kinds, you know what I mean? Even these LeBrons, you know. This is why LeBron's up where he's at right now. I mean, just because of the, you know, the material, you know what I mean? Just the way they're made is made like they made Jordans before, you know what I mean? Like the inside, the nice velvet, the nice design, the leather, you know, just the touch on them. You know, I'm not a huge LeBron fan. You know, I don't really buy LeBrons all like that, but when I see stuff like this being made, it makes you want to go out there and get a pair, you know what I mean? But definitely, you know, I just shout out to everybody that, you know, likes LeBrons. You know, I don't have nothing against the LeBron shoes, but, you know, I like LeBron as the player, but as a person, you know, I don't really like LeBron, you know what I mean? Just, you know, he don't have what Jordan had. Jordan had charisma. LeBron has, you know, he has everything going for him, which is not, you know, nothing against him, but, you know, he's, I wouldn't say, you know, he's going to be, how should I say it? He's not going to be as big as Jordan. I just hate that people portray him to be better than Jordan, so, you know, that's my take on that.
What do you think you could do to change the sneaker culture?
What can I do to change the sneaker culture, man? I don't think I can change it, but I think I could add to it, you know. I just hate resellers, you know what I mean, that buy the shoe and they sell it for triple the price. But at the same time, if it wasn't for resellers, I wouldn't have a lot of the shoes, you know what I mean? I wouldn't have the grapes, you know what I mean? I wouldn't have these joints, you know what I mean? If there wasn't resellers, you know what I mean? Even though I got more than 2 pair of these, but, you know, if it wasn't resellers, I wouldn't have a lot of the sneakers that I have today. I mean, like these 6s, you know, they were so hard for me to get, you know what I mean? If it wasn't for resellers, I wouldn't have this, you know what I mean? And by the way, this is, I don't really like the newer Jordans, but man, this is just so nice, you know, so nice, you know. I wouldn't have a lot of the stuff that I have, like, you know, Concords, you know, I wanted a 4th pair, you know, and I had to have it, you know what I mean? And even though they bust heads for these, you know what I mean, you want them, you know. Like these, I couldn't get these nowhere. Like, I could not get these nowhere. It took for me 6-7 months to even, you know, grab a pair, you know, with the Nike on the back. I mean, it took a minute for me to get these, but, you know what I mean? Definitely a good pickup, you know, so shout out to the resellers, you know what I mean? But, it's hard, for anybody to change the sneaker culture unless we change as a person, you know what I mean? I'm talking from the beginning to the end, so I don't see it changing anytime soon, no.
How many sneakers do you think you have in your collection?
How many sneakers do I have in my collection? I lost count after 270. I was at 270. I mean, I lost count. I mean, it was just so, you lose track. You know what I mean? But, I don't know. It's definitely, I got a lot. I will say that.
What are some of your recent pickups from 2013 and 2014?
Recent pickups, I got the Joker 3s. I got these 6s here. I got the Taxi 12s that came out again. Fire Red 5s. Like I said, I don't really like a lot of the newer J's. You know what I mean? But what else did I pick up? The Powder 10s. You know what I mean? Those are sweet. I got the Gamma 11s. But the thing about me is if I get a shoe that is a newer Jordan, like they did the Gammas in this colorway, you know what I mean? To me, I hold sentimental, like I hold sentimental value to these. And the Gammas, it's a new colorway. You're gonna wear them to the store. You can wear them anywhere. You know what I mean? It's just to me, it's like. I like the older ones, but, the new colorways is cool, you know what I mean, just because you're not used to seeing the turquoise and the blues like that, and all the off-color and all the bright colors. So definitely, but not really, no. But I do stay up on my shoe game, you know what I mean, so. Yeah, you heard it here first, baby. StreetPickups.tv, you know what it is. I just want to thank everybody for checking me out. Shout out to my boy Wiz. You know what it is, baby. Thanks for coming through. It's your boy Nocturnal. Shout out to everybody in the side. You know what I mean? Chicago, my family. You know who you are. All my cousins. You know what I mean? Helped me grow up and made me into this animal that I am today. Because of you guys, I'm an athlete. I'm a go-getter. You know what I mean? It took a while for me to get where I'm at today. But I respect you guys. I miss you guys. Sorry for not being there for a long time. I know it's been 8 years, but I'm coming out. I'm coming out soon. So, I'm going to check you guys out. Definitely, maybe one day I might move back. And, if you're watching this channel, everybody, Sneaker Tube, Sneaker TV, the StreetPickups.tv, you know what I mean? I do not wear my sneakers. I don't rock. I stock. You know what I mean? All these are DS. So check our channel out, and there's more videos to be made. So just shout out to everybody that knows me, and we out, baby. We out in Columbus, Ohio. If you see me out there, anybody that sees me out there, you know I'm a good dude. Shake my hand. I come up to you. You come up to me. Nothing but love. And